no matter what, he was always with us and he would always be with my son, always. It was a promise that they made to each other.
Welcome to the Supernatural Travel Tales podcast. I'm Sharon Blumenfeld, your Woo Curious tour guide. We're going beyond the bucket list to talk about transformational travel. Before we get started, I just want to remind you to subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And if you're looking for more links and information about the people, places, and experiences shared here, please be sure to visit the supernaturaltravel.com website. Today, my guest is Lyss Stern, publisher of DivaMoms and author of Motherhood is a Bitch. Lyss and I connected in Israel last fall, which is when she told me that she had an unbelievable story to tell. I waited a few months to hear that story, and I could hardly wait to sit down with her. It's funny because, you told me you had this story when we were in Israel, and the story takes place in Israel. And I've been so anxiously awaiting your telling of this story because it sounds like a good one.
I think it is. But I don't know. You'll tell me what you think. My dad passed away 4 years ago. He was sick my entire life, pretty much. When I was 3.5 years old, he was diagnosed with Hodgkin's disease. He was treated with chemotherapy and radiation. He went into remission. When I was 16, he was diagnosed again with esophageal cancer, and he was given 6 months to live.
Oh, wow.
My mother found this radical treatment. It was not at Sloan Kettering. It was at another hospital. And she said, I have to try this treatment. And she did. And it gave my father an extra 20 years of his life.
Wow.
He was extremely close to my first son, Jackson, extremely close, even though he was never, the later part of his years, he really wasn't feeling well. He was starting to he had heart problems. He had eating problems. He had a lot of different health problems, but they lived on Long Island. But every single weekend he would come in, no matter how sick he was feeling, to see my son play baseball from the time he was 3 years old when he was chasing butterflies on the outfield till when he was older and really, really doing well on the field. My son loved the game. They bonded through baseball. And my son was heartbroken when my father died. And I always explained to my son that no matter what, he was always with us and he would always be with my son, always. It was a promise that they made to each other. And when my son had his bar mitzvah, we had one in New York City, service here at our temple. And then we went to Israel to celebrate. I made sure that my son was bar mitzvahed in my father's tallit. I brought it to Israel, the one that he was bar mitzvahed in, as well as a tie, a special tie that my father had that he only wore for special occasions, very special occasions. And I gave it to my son to wear at his bar mitzvah in Israel at the wall. We did it at the area at the wall where men and women can both be there together. Mm-hmm. So that's where the actual service was. When they were wrapping the tefillin around my son, I know it sounds so I felt my dad, I felt his presence, I teared up, and I didn't just tear up because I was so emotional seeing my son, being bar mitzvahed at the wall in Israel. But I started tearing up because I felt my father's presence there. He wanted me to know that he was there. And it was like a feeling, I can't explain it. But it's an experience that it was like an out of body experience. I truly felt that my father was there at that moment with us. And he was there, letting us know how proud he was that my son was being bar mitzvahed and that he was there.
Did anyone else feel it?
You know what? That's a good question. I don't think so. No, I think it was just me. I never discussed it with my son, actually. But I know I 100% felt it. And it wasn't like a dream where I had a dream about him in the past where he was right there and right in my face. And that was a crazy dream. But this was I wasn't dreaming. I was up, I was there, and I was awake and he was there with us.
Was there any, was it a physical sensation or it was just like you knew? Was there anything?
Yeah, there was nothing physical, but it was like this feeling that I like a feeling that I had that he was there and he was present. And I don't know if it was because in my head, I don't think, and it wasn't just like that he was wearing his tallit or he was wearing his tie. It wasn't just that. He was like, I don't know, but I know he was there. Like I felt something. I felt something extra. Like I felt that he was there. He was there. I don't know. He gave me like extra tears, I think. But like I had a present feeling that he was there, standing there with us.
Is there a reason why you went to Israel and you did the ceremony in Israel as
The reason that we went to Israel for his bar mitzvah and did it over there is because I wanted. I'd never been. I was supposed to go when I was younger, but for whatever reason at the time it wasn't safe to go. And my parents canceled the trip around my bar mitzvah, and my husband had never been as well. So I remember when we were planning my son's bar mitzvah, we were talking about it, and we said, it would be so meaningful if we went to Israel and did it in Israel. And he agreed to it, and it was the best experience ever. And we're going to do the same thing for my younger son as well, and hopefully for my daughter. It was different, a whole different experience, seeing it with my kids for the first time, and having him bar mitzvah there was just truly, it meant so much. It was truly remarkable. It was an experience again, that like a once in a lifetime experience.
Was so you were supposed to go for your bat mitzvah?
Yeah, when I was 13, and I forget what the reason why. Like the tickets were bought, the hotels were planned, and there was something that I don't know. We were advised not to travel at that time.
So that's interesting. Do you think maybe that's part of why your dad showed up there? That this was like a moment that he had anticipated.
It could be.
So you said like he gave you extra tears at your son's bar mitzvah, but was it comforting to have him there? Like, were they happy?
Yes, they were happy, joyful tears. Yes, and I felt like his presence there. I felt him there. I can't explain. Like I knew he was there. How, I don't know. I mean, besides the tears, and I felt his presence there. I felt him there.
But you didn't feel him back in the States at the bar mitzvah at home?
No, nope, I did not.
He was holding out for like the foreign trip there.
Is that what it was? I don't know. And also, I mean, which is interesting too, like even in Israel, this past time, it was right the day he passed away. Sorry, he had passed away. We were in Israel, and I remember also feeling very, very, very extra emotional. Like I felt like he was there again, but I don't feel like that in the States, and I haven't felt that way again since I was in Israel again.
I think there's a really special energy in Jerusalem. I don't know if it, just like you're vibrating on a higher frequency, maybe. That's my theory. Right. I don't proclaim to know anything.
I don't know, but something happened to me both times when I was in Israel with my father, who's no longer here, that I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it was, but it happened 2 times.
That was just Lyss Stern. If you haven't checked out Motherhood is a Bitch, I recommend that you do soon. It's one of the most real books on parenting and life as a mom that I've read to date. You can find Lyss on DivaMoms.com, or you can find her on Instagram at diva_mom. I also hope you'll follow us on Instagram at Supernatural Travel. We'd love for you to share your travels with us, and you can also do that by using hashtag Supernatural Travel. Thanks to Lyss, and I also want to thank you for listening. Have you ever had an unexpected visit from a relative who's passed? How did you describe it to others? If you care to share your story, please tweet me at SupernatTravel or find me on the Supernatural Travel Facebook page or group. I'll be back next week to chat with Evo Terra, who's also the awesome editor of this show. Evo filled me in on the Yaksant Festival in Thailand, which is all about magic, art, spirits, and tattoos. And yes, I would love to go. We'll discuss why this is one of Evo's favorite festivals in the whole world. And that's it for today. Please give your loved ones a big hug and let them know how you feel about them while you can in this life. Save your stories for me, because when the going gets interesting, I totally want to hear about it.